It's things like this that make me miss being able to swear on YouTube. Because language is a powerful tool, and there's only so many ways that you can express what is going on here, because the Crown Tundra just works in the Isle of Armor. Look at this. Oops, they left in the Crown Tundra Pokedex unlock flag in the game. Wait, what does that even mean? Go to the Pokedex. It just works. We got the regular Pokedex, we have the Isle of Armor Pokedex, and then you can just press a button, and you go to the Crown Tundra Pokedex, and Slowpoke and Slowbro are in because of Slowking. A lot of the things are scrubbed, but what isn't scrubbed can be accessed inside of the Isle of Armor. Like, what the frick? What is going on here? With the Crown Tundra, there will be an additional 8 battle themes playable in multiplayer and Battle Tower. We don't know what they consist of, but it's a pretty likely guess. We have, you know, legendaries, peony, legendary birds, Calyrex, other fun stuff like that. So we have at least 8 battle themes, and then all the overworld music and whatever else is going on. Okay then. Looks like there's going to be 2 additional NPC allies, and it seems like it's going to be Peony's daughter, which is the model of the female that's inside the game for some reason, and then Peony. Alright. Keeps on going though. Haha. This is where I draw the line, guys. So the Crown Tundra Pokedex lets you view the map. It's a meme. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me! How does that even happen? That's as meme as it gets. Oh, and just show you that's working. Hey, let's pop on over to the Isle of Armor. That's what it's all gonna look like. That's what it's all going to look like, guys. Alright. And it gets better. It's a little bit more fun and playing around. The fly locations for the Crown Tundra. Fortunately, as expected, when trying to warp there, the game just crashes because no overworld models exist. But I mean, we're like the names, if they weren't scrubbed, we'd actually be able to know all the names and locations in the Crown Tundra, and we kind of already have that to a degree as well. Well, actually, they do have the fly locations, but I guess they're not, like, they don't call to anything, maybe. So, some exciting news, which may be disappointing. Game Freak doesn't really understand how to scrub their games. We have some Crown Tundra League shenanigans. For starters, they left in all the fly locations. Chica is some zone where you catch legendaries. Not sure about what all of these other ones are. And some of them are just straight up self-explanatory. So we got Regirock, Regice, Registeel. How insane would that be? Okay, I'm waiting for that to be next. Like, we just get the fly locations and the map, and then we know where you do everything in the Isle of Armor. Like, that just seems to be next. I think Chica is actually shown in the trailer. I didn't have it skipped, but yeah, this. So, whatever triggers for, like, the max raid battles where you go and catch legendary Pokemon, that's a spot on the map, and that's a fly point, and we could see that, and we could find out everything about it and how it works. So, that's a thing that just kind of keeps on going, and then we have some other fly locations, and when we look at the map, guys, like, the map is massive. This is ridiculous. Like, it's like, alright, that just keeps on going. That's quite a large area. Wait for it, and it keeps on going. So the Regis are somewhere in there. Chica's somewhere in there. Game attempts, more than I'd expect. Like, they make it to this screen before it crashes. And then that's kind of it. Alright, do we have another update? I can't oh, God. Okay, good. 20 minutes. Fly locations. Okay. It's safe for now. But, even then, like, the comparison is still just ridiculous. It's like 3 times the size of the Isle of Armor. Now, it does look a lot more spread out. Like, all of these individual boxes are, like, more overlapped and stuff. And are those representative of dens? No, there'd be, like, dens out here and stuff. So I don't know exactly what everything little means right there, but there's still a lot. Now, maybe the Crown Tundra is kind of shrunken in with, like, the inaccessible areas and stuff. Like, this could all just be mountain kind of breaking it up. And there's either, like, quick travel through a tunnel or, like, not as much going on, because even when you look on the Isle of Armor, like, the tunnels and stuff still have, like, all the little points, and they're like, there's something inside it. Like, we don't know the map, so it's going to be really wild to see all of this come together. But yeah, maybe there's just like, you know, you can't really do too much because it is snowy and it is mountainous. But even if it's something weird, like that's still a big place. And there's still more fly points. And there's still like more accessibility, and it's crazy. Also just like how quick we get there. Just like, boom, hop on over. Unless there is going to be like some kind of hard line, like we see with the hard line on the Isle of Armor. But I mean, we just get there. And then there's going to be a lot of places. However, it seems really spread out. And then there's also the list of the things that's going on as well. So if we hop back over here, we scroll down for a bit, and okay, maybe I have to scroll more than I expected. But it's kind of like showing the quests that are going on. These ones. So I mean, yeah, like we can also the Reggies. I don't know. My mind is broken. My brain is broken, but as we saw with the fly locations, yeah, so we go to each of the Reggies, and I guess that branches at least into a moderately explorable area. So it does kind of show why there's so many of them. That's still, like, kind of crazy to think about. Then we have Crown, Bird Tree, Chica, and maybe a couple of others. Like, I didn't count exactly, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and then all the legendary data and stuff. That's cool. So can we see how many are here on the map? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess 7, 8 then. Okay. 7, 8. Huh, wait, 9 at the bottom. So actually that didn't show all of them. So I guess there is like maybe a base camp, maybe an extra town, maybe some kind of location. But then there is a lot of dead zone. I'm not a big fan of that dead zone. Also, did we see... Did I miss a little meme right there? Okay. I thought he had like one of the Pokemon that was like in the ocean or something, because that was another thing that Matt was toying around with a little earlier on, putting just Kaiju Kangaskhan out there, or the actual Eternatus that gets monstrous with that. So just having fun with the game at this point, with how broken it can be, or what happens if you just replace a lot of things. Insanity. So yeah, there is some like dead space that would be weird, unless again it is like a mountain or something in the way, and then you can only either quick travel through it, or it's like a cave but it insta goes you through it, or some kind of guidance. Either way, that's a lot that's going on over there. This is another thing I want to bring up, because unless the Crown Tundra Dex massively expands from what is inside the Isle of Armor, like the Crown Tundra isn't done. A lot of stuff can still be added in. We just don't know how much stuff is going to be added in, depending on like when this beta data for the Crown Tundra got introduced with the Isle of Armor and still like works for the most part. And it seems like Game Freak has a really good idea of how much is going into the Crown Tundra and what it's going to be. It's still massive, but if it's still just going to be all the Pokemon that we already have caught, it's not going to be that exciting, because we have, you know, 100 plus new Pokemon. Going back to the website, 50 of them are legendaries, and actually over 50 are legendaries and Ultra Beasts, I think, depending on like how they classify it. So with that, it's like, oh, we're only going to get like 40-something new Pokemon. And then we have an area 2 to 3 times the size of the Isle of Armor that's just going to be existing Pokemon being thrown in. And not even like some hyper exciting ones. Like, yeah, the pseudo-legendaries are cool, but it's not going to be like finding Talonflame or Volcarona again, or Zoroark or Luxray. Like, there's a lot more of those hype Pokemon that were returning that's like, oh, I'm happy to see that Pokemon there. But with this, like, hey, yeah, Nidoking pops up, that's cool. Overworld fossil Pokemon, like there's rare spawns for that, would be absurd. If there's dens for fossils, that would be amazing. But also like some kind of fossil finding minigame that would, like, there's a million different things that have. It could just be a rare item you find on the ground like Armorite, or there could be a new kind of item that you exchange for it that can then give you access to the fossil Pokemon as well. Or maybe there's a minigame involved that makes it kind of feel like you're earning the fossils. By the way, Gen 4 fossils removed, Sinnoh confirmed. And then just like some other Pokemon, it's like, well, it's kind of cool if you run into them, but it's not really like game changing. And then there's going to be a separate thing potentially for the Ultra Beast, since that's its own. Like, we have the caves for the Reggies and the legendaries and the birds and the trees and the Calyrex and all that stuff. So whatever's going on with the Ultra Beast will be its own thing. Maybe you get to catch multiple of them. Maybe you don't. Maybe just the warp space comes back. Like, you just get to straight Ultra Warp Ride again. And then get pseudo-legendaries, that's going to kind of be it, and whatever happens with the starters. But since Bulbasaur and Squirtle are catchable in the wild, these Pokemon will most likely be obtained in dens. However, having like more dens and more area for less new Pokemon, there's not going to be a lot of excitement here, unless they do add like 50 more, 100 more and then just like really fill out. Maybe they're hiding something that's just like the entire national dex comes back, like to fill in all that space. But I wouldn't get my hopes up that much. It just doesn't make sense. And also going back to data mine, like there's a lot of space in the Isle of Armor, and some of it's already filled. Like, and this is what makes it feel like they're not gonna be adding too many more Pokemon, because you can just kind of see like Snom, Swinub, Atina, Impidimp, Gothorita, Mimikyu. Yeah, that seems like a place that you'd find in the Crown Tundra. And then there's like placeholders, so like, you know, Intense Sun, Snowing. So we got some returning Pokemon here. Maybe that's room for Walrein, Spheal, Aggron. But they can only get away with that for so much. So I'm guessing since all of these are padded out, that seems like we've gone back into the Isle of Armor. Alright, so that's the line for the Isle of Armor, and then all of this stuff is Crown Tundra. But as you can see, it doesn't really seem like there's going to be too much new stuff being added in, and that's the concerning one for me. So it seems like all the gameplay is going to be loaded into exploration for the stories, some new Pokemon kind of really spread out, but also more accessible old Pokemon, which doesn't make sense because like I've like there's gonna be Pokemon that are available in Galar, the Crown Tundra, and the Isle of Armor. If you haven't got a competitive one at that point or filled out the Pokedex, then you just don't care about catching Pokemon. Like me, I don't ever care to go for the Pokedex, and if I want a competitive Pokemon, I'm already gonna have by that point. So I don't know. I guess it's just gonna be about beauty and exploration, and the theme is exploration as opposed to growth, and we know about that from the original trailer and stuff. I feel like it's like a 50-50. It's 50-50 that's going to blow us away with so many cool stuff. Like, the Isle of Armor exceeded my expectations. And if the Crown Tundra is that big and has that much going for it and can manage to exceed, that's going to be ridiculous. Or is it just kind of like going to be the Isle of Armor but more spread out? Maybe slightly more, because it seems like they have, you know, with more development time, with more progress on the expansion pass, like, all right, Isle of Armor's dipping your toes in the expansion pass, Crown Tundra's going all in, and it really just seemed like that from the trailers, from what we already knew about it. But that's what disappoints me. Like, I'm looking at this, like, that's a lot of cool stuff. That's a lot of area. That's just going to have the same old Pokemon coming back in. That's going to be wonderful. It's going to be massive. But is there even going to be a point? Like, maybe the Crown Tundra is so large because some of these, it's only worth going towards once. Like, I guess the path with Snom maybe, but when I look at this, wait for it, this, like, there's nothing in that path. You walk up there, you make it to the tree for Calyrex's story, and then that's the end of it. Like, you never have to walk that path again because you always fly here. But then, like, what's the point of coming back here if there's nothing on the way or nothing around it? So some of these might just be like one-time things that don't really give you too much else or too much other things. Then you still got like cool story, cool Pokemon run around. You still see grass and you still see things and get the Reggies, and it's massive. It's large. We knew about that, and there's some cool things. Like, we got a graveyard with Den in it. That's going to have some cool Pokemon inside of it. Actually, yeah, I think we can even look at some of this. Like, look at that. The space between the tree and this, like, there's just dead zone around it. So it's either going to take a lot to get there, and then you do the story there, and then maybe, like, hopefully the fly point is, like, here or something, so you don't have to, like, waste all of that extra space and travel time. Like, we already knew there was a lot, but I don't even know where to put it anymore, man. That's kind of neat. I don't know. I think that's a big thing. I don't even know anymore because, like, we've seen so much. Is that it? If that's it, it's still going to be alright, but just going to be alright. Is it really just about new... I keep ending my videos like this. It's just really about new Pokemon Snap and then the next Pokemon game announcement that's either Let's Go Johto, Sinnoh Remakes, or the collaboration with Tencent. Is that really where the jaw dropping is? And then, like, this is good. We got a June Pokemon game. Like, Isle of Armor, completely fine. Just extra little bit of content. Get to play Pokemon for a couple more weeks and have fun instead of waiting an entire year. I'm down with that. And then Crown Tundra, we get to farm legendaries for a month. Cool. But then whatever else Game Freak is up to might just kind of exceed all that. So this is a nice holdover. This is a nice way of getting a game's worth of content spread out over a year and not having to wait an entire year. Is that what's going to be, or is the Crown Tundra still going to blow us away with some shenanigans? It's like, when you're introducing legendaries and Ultra Beasts, can't go straight into Generation 9 after that. You can give us a year of, like, actually being able to use that instead of, oh, here's Generation 9, your legendaries and Ultra Beasts don't work anymore, as well as all of your starter Pokemon. So I think there's still a lot going on for that generation ecosystem, and we just don't know where that future is going to be. But then, like, yeah, hopefully there's a lot in the Crown Tundra, or maybe that's where Gabriel's like, all right, everyone buy this. Crown Tundra plus Pokemon Sword and Shield. Get in now while you can. Catch up with everyone else, and then you're good to go. While there's still incentive for the returning players. I'm going to refresh and then just kind of call it good. Alright, think we've calmed down for now. Tell me what you guys think, because, like, it's so big, but it's so empty. Maybe. But it makes sense if you're talking about the Crown Tundra. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.